let's unhaul some books. Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I sit on the floor and we talk about everything and all things books. So today we are doing my very first book unhaul. I know I've done several hauls and now it's time for me to get rid of some books. You know, consumerism. It's a great thing. Ish, not. Anyway, so before we get started, and these are not in any particular order, I just want to clarify that if you like or love these books that I'm getting rid of or unhauling, so to speak, this does not mean that because you love them and I didn't, that they're bad or anything like that. It's just difference of opinion. So your opinion is valid, and if you don't like a book, you just don't like a book. So here is a judgment-free zone. So just keep that in mind. Personally, when I see someone unhaul a book or say didn't like a book that I loved, it still kind of hurts the heart a little bit. So I'm here for you. I'm sorry if this hurts your heart a little bit. And some of these are going to be a little bit controversial or unpopular opinions, I'm sure. Okay, so some of these I'm getting rid of. I'm going to be redonating to the library. I buy my books a lot. A lot of them I buy at library book sales, or half-price books, Books A Million, or Barnes & Noble, and sometimes on Amazon. So little bit of a hodgepodge. Most of them I will just be redonating back to the library book sale. I might also possibly do like little free libraries around town if there's any near me. I think there's not too many, so we'll see. And then I realize where I live, immediately in my vicinity that I live. And then I will be going to half-price books as part of my birthday, because this is my birthday month. I want to get some money for them so I can buy more books and such like that. So yeah, just to keep the cycle going. All right, so to start off, so yeah, actually, gosh, how many is there? Yeah, so there's like more than 30. I think there's like, to be exact, I think 38 books I'm getting rid of. This is my first, as I said, first unhaul. So I haven't done an unhaul since I started collecting books again. Started to do that in the past 2.5 years. So about the pandemic time. So I haven't gotten rid of any of these books. So not too bad if I say so myself. So still building up my library collection. My historical romance is always here. But really my IKEA shelves is where I'm really trying to build up my fantasy and fantasy romance collection, fantasy sci-fi collection. So that is the hope, that when I do go shopping at half-price books, the focus is more on fantasy, hopefully. And of course, I always have to check out for historical romance, but you know. So with that said, I do have 3 historical romances that I will be unhauling. The first one is a duplicate that I own. I recently bought a better condition version of Love in the Afternoon of this copy that also has the step back as well. So I would just be donating this one. It's just a little bit worse for wear, and I just wanted to have a nicer copy since I accidentally bought a second one. The next one is The English Duke. I read Karen Rainey. This was the drawing that I did for, I think it was month of April, for my historical romance author TBR challenge, out of my unread historical romance authors here on this shelf, and I just didn't like it. I don't know if I might try another book by her. I just wasn't a fan of the writing or the story in this one. I couldn't care less, sadly. So we'll see if I find a book where the premise or the synopsis kind of draws my attention, and I will check it out then. There's just too many books in the world to read and not enough time to not be enjoying the book that you're reading. All right, and then next one is this Duchess of Mine by Eloisa James. I do like the step back, but this was another author that was part of my TBR challenge. I do have several Eloisa James, and I do like this author. She's just a hit or miss author for me, and this one really, really missed. And it was second chance romance. That's how it drew me in. It's set into like the 1700s, you know, wigs and all that such, and just it was a very painful reading experience, I would say. Just the first few chapters, it was the characters just had no depth, and it was just not fun. And I think it might have been also the writing. It was second person, I think, or third person. The point of view just didn't make sense, and how and the writing. So yeah, there you go. There's that one. Alright, next is probably going to be a unpopular opinion. So these might hurt some people. King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I love her. What's it called? The Greek ones. The Touch of Darkness series. I do like those ones. So I like those series, and I'll continue on and get the newer one in that series. But this was literally just smut. There was nothing else. Lust, like insta lust, love. Like it wasn't. I would say insta lust, and it wasn't even like. I wanted more in the world building and things like that. So I'm like, I'm all for romance and fantasy romance and a lot of spice in my romance, but even I just could not stand this. So fortunately, this was a miss by one of the favorite authors of mine. So I do love her other series. I'm just hoping that this was just a miss, which I think will happen with some of your authors, that you just won't like everything they write, and in this instance that is the reason for this one. Next is a duology. I recently read the second one, and I just realized as I was going through my, I want to say, shelf organization, or combing through to see which books I can get that I don't need anymore or want. This kind of hit it. So this is The Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I do love this author. I do like her YAs. I just think that if I do read her, I will probably just check it out from the library instead of buying it, because it's just not my era anymore. I do love young adult. It's just I do love reading her books. I will probably continue to. I'll like her books. I will continue to read from her, but I will just most likely check her out on my Libby app or go to the library physically and check out books by her. It's just not. It's really very young YA, and they fly fast through. I just don't think I'm going to reread them, so I don't think there's a point to keep them if I don't ever see myself rereading them, or wanting to keep them for nostalgia's sake, or just one of my favorites. That's really the kind of the caveat of staying on my bookshelves. Alright, so the next one is a trilogy. One of them I actually got at Half Price Books, and then I don't know where I got the other ones, but it's a popular series. It's just not for me. I read the first one, I want to say in the beginning. I want to say it was in November, December. I read the first one. It felt painful, and I think it's just because I just couldn't connect with the author's writing, and it just wasn't jiving. And it focused a lot on the costume, like the dresses that the main character was wearing, and it's vampire, so I thought I would like it. Just didn't work. So that is The Beautiful series by Renee Adia. So I have The Beautiful, then we have The Damned, and then The Righteous, which, as you can see, I got at Half Price Books. So unfortunately, I don't see myself reading them, and if I do, somehow someone convinces me to continue on with the series, I would probably check it out from the Libby app. It's definitely probably not going to be a favorite of mine, so sorry. Don't like it, I'm sorry. If you love these books, I'm so sorry. And then this one kind of came in right under the gun, because I literally just got done reading this first one just a few days ago, actually. And it's a trilogy. So if I don't think I will be continuing on, and if I do, I will just, like I said, check it out from the library. So, which is kind of sad, because I did read the first one, and I had to buy it I had to buy the first one off of Amazon, and the other ones I got off at like Books A Million, and they were in like their bargain section. So whatever. So this is The House of Furies, Madeline Rose, by Madeline Rue. And then the second one, I think it's, I don't remember which one is second or third, but then there's Tomb of Ancients, and then Court of Shadows. These are a lot, you know, they're older YA. It's actually, the first one is more focused. It's been described as gothic horror. I thought, because of the synopsis when I read the second one at the bargain price section at Books A Million, that's what caught my attention. It seemed like a YA, like gothic fantasy romance or supernatural romance, whatever, you know, gothic romance. It did not. The first one is not like that. It's gothic horror, and there's nothing wrong with the writing. It's just, I don't like gothic horror. I like gothic romance. So yeah, let's just say that. It was fine, but yeah. And it also had, like, you know, creepy house, boarding house, and yeah, just bad. So did not enjoy that. At a library bookstore, and this is the Switched or Trill novels by Amanda Hawking. I have Switched, Torn, Ascend. I wrote the first one. You can tell this one's like published in like early 2010s or 9s, whatever. And it has all these that kind of era with the you know, around the same time as Twilight. And just, again, this one was just poor writing. I had the DNF the first one. It was just horrible. Really just bad writing. Horrible writing for me. Poor experience. So for me, that's what it felt like, was just the writing was not grabbing my attention, and I was bored to tears and kind of rolling my eyes out on it. And I hate that when I want to be enjoying the book. So that was a little disappointing, but that wasn't too bad though. For being a library bookstore, it didn't hit the wallet hurt as much as these other ones. So and then the next two is a duology as well. It's a YA, I would say time travel romance, and that is Passenger by Alexander Bracken, and then Wayfair is the second one. I did read the first one as part of my one shelf T-bar challenge, one book, one shelf T-bar challenge for my IKEA shelves, and I did not love it, so I don't want to continue the second one. I did like it. I gave it 3 stars. Passenger. Again, I don't think it wasn't horrible writing. It just wasn't, like, I didn't connect as much with the writing. I felt very removed instead of being immersed. I don't know if this makes sense. So I felt removed from the story, like I was reading it and seeing, you know, but it, like, from above. I felt like I was immersed in the story and really enjoying the story. And when I'm reading like that, it gives me the feeling of when you're in college or high school, reading a book because you had to for school. And that's kind of the feeling I had. So please let me know down in the comments if you felt that. I don't know, did that make sense? The description? I hope it does, but that's really how it felt for me. Alright, so this one is another hurt. But this is an indie author. This is Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. I saw this at Barnes & Noble. Like, I definitely want to read it, and it wasn't available on Kindle Unlimited or at my library. So you had to purchase it, and I'd rather purchase the book instead of buying the Kindle. Tell me why that's how I am. I'd rather borrow books on my Kindle and not pay for books on my Kindle instead of with Kindle Unlimited. So I'd rather buy the physical book. So that's just how my brain works. But these are about the 4 horsemen following that. I think this was just because the story, I thought it would be like a cool dark romance, apocalyptic romance, but I didn't like the hero, and I felt very kind of, I don't know if scandalized is the word, about the whole seeing these traumatic experiences or people's end of lives, and I don't know, maybe it triggered me. I don't know. I just did not like the feeling that it gave me, and like it felt very callous, and and maybe that's a great indication with the author, making me feel something but I didn't want to read that. I want to feel happy. And this did not bring me out. And I love dark romance. I really do. But this one just, even though they were together, it just didn't sit right to me together. I don't know. The human aspect, I guess, to it. So it just felt callous of people's lives. So I don't know. So I guess that may be why I wasn't a fan of this one. So I don't think I will be continuing on with the series. So I just don't think this is a series for me. I do have Rhapsodic, and I am currently reading Bewitched by the same author. So just me trying. This might be the example of just maybe one book or series by the authors just didn't work for me. The next is a trilogy. This is a YA fantasy, kind of like a Djinn magic system. I got, I want to say 2 of these at like a library store or like Books A Million. I think they're bargain area. I can't remember, but I read the first 2 and I just didn't want to read the third one. I just did not feel like reading the third one, and now it's been so long I don't want to read the first and second and 2 at all, first and second one, but I did like it. I just didn't love it enough to want to continue on. However, with that said, the whole aspect of Djinn magic is really cool. It gave me Assassin's Creed vibes, which I love because I love playing that video game. But that is Rebel of the Sands trilogy. I don't know if that's the trilogy is called, but it's by Alwyn Hamilton. That's the first one. Traitor to the Throne is the second one. See what I mean by Assassin's Creed vibes? This one really is Assassin's Creed vibes. This third one is Hero at the Fall. That's what we have there. But yeah, just didn't enjoy as much. And then again, another unpopular opinion. I picked this up at Target. I did read it. I just didn't love it. I liked it. So if I do read more by this author, I will just probably check it out from library or Kindle Limited if it's available there. This is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. It's very rom-com, comedy, contemporary romance. It was okay. It was a 3-star. So don't see myself rereading it, and in some aspects of it, it was really kind of annoying. So yeah. So if I'm annoyed, I don't exactly want to be annoyed. So that is that for this one. If you have a Christina Lauren book that you recommend that I would like, I do like second chance romance and those kind of things, so let me know, but that's about it. And then this one is a fantasy. It's been told as like a hint of romance. I did not like it. It was repetitive. That is For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten. I really did not like this book. It made me so mad. I do have a review on Goodreads if you want to check out all these, or for most of these I do have a review on this one. I know for specifically this one, I think I actually DNF'd it to like 80%, so that's how far I got into where I just I couldn't take it anymore. This was just a lot of repetitiveness. The plot just was stagnant and not moving. There was some lost opportunities in the romance department. There was just didn't believe in the characters' connection, and I just didn't believe in the world building that was created. Just did not enjoy, unfortunately. So I think I rated this one like a 2-star. So, and then another one that is, I think, popular but I just did not like, that is, I got this at Target. This is The Dark King by Gina L. Maxwell. This has been compared to like 50 Shades and Neon Gods, and that's even how they describe it on the blurb here. I did not like it. I think I rated like a 2-star. It's kind of like Neon Gods, but like the male character kind of like is like the leader of a mob kind of situation, or that kind of thing. It tried too hard to be like Neon Gods meets 50 Shades. I think it was fun enough, but it was really just like I even had trouble with Katie Roberts' books sometimes, and it was like even less than that in the writing aspect, and I just did not enjoy it, unfortunately. And I was really mad because I was so excited I literally just purchased it and immediately began reading it that same day. I think I got this for Valentine's Day too as well, this past February, so really disappointed I didn't like it. I don't know if I will continue with the author because I just wasn't a fan. I feel like there's a lot more growth that needs to happen for me to want to pick up another of these. So it feels like it was harsh, but that's how I feel. And then I have 7 books here that are just some really old classic books that I would read. I like the Mark Twain books, but I just don't think I want to read them, and not in very old, dusty books. So, and I don't want to keep it just for aesthetic's sake because that's just not me. So, it's like I love libraries and such, but when the pages feel like a certain way, I can't deal. So, and I have my tower is falling. Oh goodness, all these books are falling. Okay. All right, the next one is another YA one, which is like a Fantasy Opera retelling, which I thought I would love, but nope, another thing, writing, did not like. This is by A.G. Howard, Roseblood, did not like it. It had, magic school, whatever, and just, nope, I just couldn't deal with it. It was just bad. And then this one I actually will, this is just because I don't want the hardcover copy of this or the book of the month copy, but I do eventually will probably get like a paperback version. This is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I did really like this and enjoy it. I just don't want the hard copy of this. I want more of a paperback for my contemporary romances. I know, it's a thing. Same thing for this one, Emily Henry, People We Meet on Vacation. Like this one as well. I don't even know if I really need to get a paperback version of this. I don't think I will probably reread, but I did enjoy it. And I think at the time, rate it a 5-star, but I don't know if that would still hold up in my eyes. Like maybe it might be a 4-star, to be honest. And this one, I don't feel like I'm going to be reading it. I never actually read it. I don't see myself reading it. It's like the third, I realized after getting it that it's like more a third book in like a series of novels, and it read more like women's fiction apparently, and I don't really want to read that. That is called The Heart Principle by Helen Huang, I think is how you pronounce her name. So yeah, I did not see myself reading that one. And then the next one I enjoyed reading, same thing, I just don't think I wanted to keep it, and I kind of don't want to reread it, and I don't want a hard copy either. So this is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. It's a great like Halloween witchy vibes rom-com book to read. So I would recommend if you're in the vibes for that, on the mood for that kind of book, it would be great for that time of year. So yeah, it was a fun time. And then this one I've read before years ago. I just don't want this library bound copy. I would rather get like again, paperback copy. And that way I can, now we'll probably reread it then. So I'm just trying to build back up the series to own. But that is by one of my favorite authors. It's Meg Cabot. It's Queen of Babel Gets Hit. So it's like the third, I think, in like the Queen of Babel series. So I remember really enjoying this. This is like a romantic comedy. But it's good. Just want to get a nicer copy, paperback. All right, and then this next one is IDNF. I did not enjoy, kind of disappointed. I don't think this author is for me, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a Book of Night by Holly Black, and this is the final book that I'll be unhauling today. This is an unpopular opinion. I tried reading the trilogy that she's really well known for, which is the Cruel Prince series. Very YA, it's YA, which I love YA. I just did not, even with that series, which is one of our, I think our best series, or that she's well known for, or popular series, I didn't like that one as much, and I actually unhauled that and gave that to my sister a while back. So I read that series last year, and I gave it to my sister for her to read, because she loves YA as well. But yeah, I just think this is just a situation where Holly Black really isn't, her writing style just isn't for me, unfortunately. So there we go. Alright, so that is it. That's all the books I'm unhauling. I will make those divvies out to all the different locations, redonating back to the library, half-price books, and free little libraries, if possible. So that is where all of these will be finding a home to, and yeah, to make room for more books. So there we go. So please like, subscribe, and comment if you would like, and let me know down and below which books that if any of these books you'd like to change my mind on. It's doubtful, but but there you go. If you don't feel like commenting anything, please go ahead and comment the stack of books emoji. So that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.